What's going on, everyone? Going Ticket to History, coming to you for another edition of Carpool Conversations. I have a couple questions, I've been pondering for a while, and I wanted to bring these questions to all of you. Maybe you can help me find out some solutions to these questions. First off, I want to thank all of my most recent subscribers, as well as my long-term viewers. Without you, I would just be a guy looking at a camera. So, without you, this channel would be nothing. So I appreciate all of the support from the very first viewers, the very first subscribers, all the way up to the ones who've subscribed recently. I'm very thankful for your support. What I was thinking about is this idea of at what point in time is it acceptable to go and view a location? Like, at what point in time after an event has taken place is it morally, ethically appropriate to go to these locations? For example, if something traumatic happened somewheres, at what point in time would it be socially acceptable to go and document what occurred? It's one of those situations where you really wonder whether or not a cool down time, I guess you could say, is appropriate after the event occurred, and at what point in time would that cool down time exist, and for how long should it exist? For example, if a crime took place somewhere and it was fairly a negative crime, at what point in time would it be acceptable for people to go and document that crime? This is a question that I have grappled with a lot recently. And I actually have a couple of videos that have been on hold really because I haven't been able to give myself an accurate answer to that question, which is, has it been long enough? Is it appropriate at this point in time, under the current circumstances, to go and document such an event? And this could be maybe something involving a death of someone. That raises a lot of questions about what point in time is it ethically appropriate to document that scene, especially within the time. Is it once the burial has happened? Is it once a couple weeks have gone by, a couple months have gone by? One of the biggest things is nothing against those who do this, but one of the biggest things that we find ourselves as creators is trying not to feel like vultures in a sense. When something negative has happened, it's impacted someone's life traumatically, not literally showing up when the timbers are still hot, essentially. So, what are your thoughts? At what point in time after a traumatic event do you believe that it's appropriate to go to those locations? Do you think that it is the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year, the next 5 years? Could we say that maybe some places shouldn't be documented? If so, what are those types of places? It's also a thing where you try to walk a fine line, where you try to honor those involved, the participants, especially those who are still living after a traumatic event has occurred, as well as their families. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that there is a cool down period that must exist before a location can be documented? Or do you believe that people deserve to have stories told even if it's in the immediate aftermath? I don't know. I've got a couple videos that I've been wanting to do on the back end, and most of those are dealing with some fairly traumatic events that have happened, and they've happened recently, and I'm not sure if it's really been enough time to appropriately go and document such events. So I wanted to come to all of you, my viewers, and ask you, what were your thoughts? Do you feel that there is an acceptable time period that should pass? Or do you feel that it's appropriate or it's okay, as long as it's done tastefully, to document a scene or an event immediate after it took place? As always, I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate you continuing to subscribe. I'm getting close to another milestone. I know. I think last time I checked, I'm at 461 subscribers. I guess YouTube has changed some of their format in relation to things like community. For example, now at 500 subscribers, you can have a community, so I can upload posts letting you know, hey, I can ask you guys questions, polls about different types of videos you may want to see, events you want to see, things documented, as well as I'll have the opportunity to post announcements, letting you know when I'm planning on going live, if I'm planning on going live. And one of the biggest things is that it's difficult for me to tell the difference between a new subscriber and an existing viewer in relations to like what led to you. Like, I can see what video led to you joining, subscribing to my channel. It shows me that, but it doesn't show me, like, for example, if you subscribe to my channel, what videos have you seen? So in some cases, it could be the first time you've seen one of my videos and you subscribed, or it could have been the fact that you've watched all of my videos and have subscribed to one of them. So, letting me know in the comments is really important because it lets me know what things you liked as well as what things you didn't like, what you'd like to see in the future. I have a lot of things on my agenda that I want to look at, things that I want to see. But sometimes I don't even think about certain things. I'm constantly reminding myself of events that have taken place, things that used to exist here in Central Florida and abroad. I'm planning some out-of-state trips here soon. As I told you guys about a month ago, February is a little bit of a slower month for me. I have a few videos in the back burner that I'm kind of stretching out a little bit to make sure you guys have some fresh content. After next week, I should have some more cool down time, and then maybe another week or so. I think it might be a little bit slower. Once we get to about the middle of March, things should really open up. I have a lot of things on the horizon in March, as well as some things in April. There may be some cool things coming to you all very soon. I'm going to hold you in suspense on that. That may be happening in the next couple of weeks. Once things become more concrete, I'll let you all know what those things are. Some exciting news. Hopefully everything lines up the way that I want it to, but I definitely have some cool things on the horizon, some cooler historic videos, some cool filming locations, some cool true crime videos, some famous graves. A lot of cool things on the horizon. So as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I know this isn't the most engaging, most exciting video. I have uploaded a few new videos recently. The most recent one being, that was a full-fledged video, was the Eileen Wuornos video. It's one I've been wanting to get to for a long time. I hope that if you haven't watched the video yet, that you do take a chance and watch it. It's probably the video that I've probably not necessarily put the most time into, because there's definitely some videos I put a lot of time into. It's definitely one that I've edited the most, I would say, where I've added in music in different sequences, as well as different underlayments and stuff. So it's definitely one that, after I've gotten more, I've gotten a little bit more creative and more well-versed in the use of editing software. It's definitely, since those videos, it's definitely one of the most complete videos that I've done in a while. So I hope that if you haven't had a chance to watch it, you do watch it. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you dislike, what other videos in Central Florida and abroad you'd like to see. There's a lot of places I want to go to. And part of what's going to direct where I go first and what goes up on the priority list is what you let me know that you want to see in the comments. Just a quick little comment saying, hey, I like this part. Hey, there's something else in the area you should check out. Hey, there's something in the other part of the state or another part of the country that I'd like for you to check out. And at least I know these things exist, and I can check out these stories. I can look into them, and I can make it a plan to make it there one day. As always, continue to look for the history and film. I did not want this video to be as long as it is. It's pushing almost 10 minutes long. But I wanted to just ask you guys some questions. You're the lifeline of this channel. Without any of you, without the viewers, the supporters, I would have nothing. So I appreciate it. Have a great one.